Hello again, it's Spelltime 6, page 22, and today's story is called Expensive Advice. George lived next door to Harry. Harry was a lawyer. One day, George heard a crash in his kitchen. He rushed into his house and found Harry's dog, Brutus, lying on the floor. Next to the dog, there was an empty plate. "My lunch," moaned George. "The dog ate my lunch." The day before, George had bought a steak for himself. This was his monthly treat, and now the dog had eaten it. George chased the dog out of the kitchen and then marched round to Harry's house. "I'd like your advice as a lawyer," said George. "Certainly," answered Harry. "What's your problem?" "If somebody's dog came into your house and stole something, could I demand compensation?" "Of course," answered Harry. "In that case, you owe me $40 because your dog ate the steak which I was going to have for lunch." Harry smiled, took a piece of paper, wrote on it, and handed it to George. "No problem, George. You owe me $10. "I owe you $10? Why?" $50 for the consultation minus $40 for the steak. You know what they say about lawyers. Let's have a look at the story again, shall we? And we'll look at one or two words. This steak was his monthly treat. Now, if you do something every week, you can say weekly. She paid a weekly visit to her grandmother. If she only visited her grandmother every month, you'd say she paid a monthly visit to her grandmother. If only every year, then she would say a yearly visit. And there's another word, isn't there? Do you know it? Annual. An annual visit is a yearly visit. Now let's look at the story again, and you try and read it for yourselves. Well, folks, that's all for this time. See you again soon.